What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I've got something that I've been thinking about that I just want to throw your way and share some knowledge with you. So back in the day, like we're talking 40s and 50s, 1900s, we have these trends that go on in relation with food and specifically fat. So I've been doing research for years. I'm like, we have heart disease in our family. So the number one thing I don't want to do is have a heart attack or stroke. So I'm doing my research and I found something very peculiar. So I'm going to be sharing that with you. The first thing that I found was that back in the day, we villainized fat. There was a scientist. Basically, long story short, he said saturated fat causes increased cholesterol levels. Increased cholesterol causes heart attack. So he villainized saturated fat. So then it became a global phenomenon. Everybody in America and pretty much around the world started adopting trends like this. And it's just absurd. I've been doing the research and there's literally zero causation. There's literally zero correlation between increased saturated fat levels, which he villainized, and heart attack and stroke. And they've done like 20, 30 different studies on them. I mean, you can go on Google right now, and you can do your research yourself. But what I found just shocked me, and I've got to share it with you. So all this time, America's been in this mindset that saturated fat is bad. Cholesterol is bad. If it's so bad, why does our body make it? And why does our body and our cells have to have cholesterol? Is cholesterol really the problem, or is it a symptom of a problem? And it just depends on how you look at it. We know the body produces cholesterol. We know that people with higher cholesterol, generally their bodies have something going on to where they would need to increase their cholesterol to basically cover the demand that's on the body. So like, let's say, there's some internal, maybe you have a blood pressure issue, or maybe you have inner damage to your cells where your body is going to increase the cholesterol production naturally. You could never eat fat a day in your life and your body will still produce cholesterol. So is cholesterol really the enemy? If your body has to have it and it's the lining of all the cells, is it really the bad guy? And here's the interesting thing. When people have a heart attack, it's literally most people who have a heart attack do not have high cholesterol whatsoever. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? And if you watch the US's trend, we went to fat-free, we went to margarine, we went to hydrogenated oils. Of course, if you don't know, hydrogenated oils specifically used to be prevalent in fast food, and it's in commercial packaging. Basically, there is zero amount, as Coach Greg does, a zero amount of hydrogenated oils or trans fat is healthy in your diet, meaning our body cannot even take 0.0001 gram and it's safe. And we were eating this. We went from fat to fat-free, no fat, fat's the enemy. And here's the funny thing. Our rate of heart disease and diabetes, literally when we went on the fat-free trend, skyrocketed. And then guess what? Hit 2000, exponential. 2015, 2017, dramatic. I mean, women in the last 5 years, for example, have had their rates of heart attack and stroke and death of increased by 12%. So within the last, within that last time period from 2017 to now, women's risk of heart disease has increased by 12% of it being a fatal heart attack. That's nuts. My mamaw just died of a heart attack. Granted, she was 92, bless her heart, but it's probably because she was dealing with my papaw. But what I wanted to get back to was basically throughout history, we followed these trends. The trend was fat was bad. We got rid of fat. Here's the thing. When we got rid of fat, our heart attack rate increased exponentially. So what is the culprit? What is doing this? Is it cholesterol? Well, I can tell you this, and I'll tell you this wholeheartedly. I eat about 5 to 6 whole eggs. I'm talking the yolk and everything every single day. Now, the American Heart Association will tell you that's terrible. Don't ever do that. It'll raise your cholesterol. My cholesterol has gone down significantly, and my cholesterol is completely normal, which, like I said before, doesn't indicate a heart attack. They can't prove it. High cholesterol does not prove a heart attack. There's no study done that proves it. Also, there's no study that proves saturated fat causes high cholesterol. They found that food intake slightly, very, very, very slightly elevates serum cholesterol, which means the cholesterol in your blood when they draw your cholesterol. So if what you eat doesn't contribute to increased cholesterol, that would mean your body just produces it naturally. And whatever it decides to produce, depending on the stress, like you lift weights, right? You do the bench press, you tear down the chest fibers, and then all of a sudden you eat and they grow back bigger and stronger. That's a natural adaptation. The same with cholesterol. It's natural. You can't avoid it. Everybody has cholesterol. Your cells are made with it. So what is causing diabetes, heart disease, all kinds of chronic diseases, cancer? It's normally a lack of exercise and, are you ready? Sugar. Sugar is what is killing America. Here's how I know. When we went to fat-free, guess what? When you take the fat out of a substance, it's not tasty. So what did they do to make it tasty? Go to your supermarket, find the fat version and find the fat-free version of any product, gelatin, whatever it is. Find the product, and if you compare them side by side, the fat version has way less sugar. The fat-free version has dramatically more sugar. And guess what's been consistent? The sugar intake of an American. Did you know back in the early 1900s, the average American, we're talking early, 1910, 1920, they got in their diet throughout a year's time about 2 to 3 pounds of sugar a year. We're talking an entire year. Guess what? With Americans today, the average American will consume between 125 and 175 pounds of sugar. That's more than 100-fold. That's, oh my, what? Well, it's not more than 100-fold. It's about 100-fold. And it's crazy. Now you've got kids that are young having type 2 diabetes. That type 2, that's the kind that you aren't born genetically with. That's something you inherit. I mean, it's something you develop, meaning your diet causes it. It's not a genetic thing. Genetic would be the type 1 diabetes, as I'm sure you guys know. But isn't that interesting? And I did an experiment on myself. You see how I'm so lean? I've literally just been doing keto. I say I'm doing keto. I still eat carbs. I'm not doing keto anymore. I still get about 200 to 300 grams of carbs. And I'm still this lean. I dropped the sugar to 0. I only drink diet drinks now. I only have stir-ins. I only get carbs from actual sources of natural carbs. Potatoes, rice. And that's actually pretty much it. Potatoes and rice. And popcorn. I do popcorn. And guess what? Sugar intake is almost non-existent. I have less than 5 grams a day. Compared to, I used to drink those 49 ounce sodas, the extra large at the Circle K, the big gulp. I'd have a whole Coke every single day because it got me through work, because my work is so stressful. It just kind of satiates me. It makes me feel better. And, when I get stressed, I eat and I drink. That's what it is. That's why I don't touch alcohol. I don't drink at all. Never will. Haven't liked alcohol. Don't want to get addicted. I have a family. I'm more responsible than that. But my vice was Coca-Cola. I love soda. Even to this day, I still love it. But what I did was I found a soda I liked, which is the Diet Sprite. It literally tastes like the real thing. You put it over ice, it tastes just as sweet as the real thing, and it's 0 calories. So what I do is on the weekends, I'll treat myself. On the weekdays when I'm working, I'll have a stir-in, stevia sweetened, all natural stir-ins. You know, those water packet stir-ins, delicious. That's my treat. And then on weekends, I can have diet soda as much as I want while I'm, you know, gaming, lifting, whatever I do, hanging with the family. But I just had to get this out to you guys. I know it's a long video, crazy, crazy interesting. I urge you, don't take what I'm saying as face value. Do your research. I'm only here telling you what I've found. I'm not here saying that I know everything, and I'm not even going to claim to know everything. I may be completely wrong, but when you follow the facts, when you follow the history, and you look at the trends of our country, and you see how our diet has evolved, it's ever so obvious that it's sugar. The sugar goes up, chronic diseases goes up. And if you do studies on it, you'll find within studies that sugar by far is the most inflammatory substance you can put in your body. And here's the crazy thing. Ever since the industrial age and rapid marketing and you know, all of this global production, you know, our sugar intake has increased 100 times. I mean, and sugar is in everything. In fact, it's so hard to find sugar-free things now. You know, it's like there's one product that's sugar-free and then that's it. You know, it's more of a rarity. But, you know, sugar is what's killing you. And sugar is robbing you from having a beautiful physique. Sugar is taking away all your definition. It's making your heart unhealthy. It's storing inflammation, storing fat, messing up your hormones, making you store estrogen if you're a guy, you know. It's just not healthy. So I know this is a long video. Thank you guys. If you did stick to the very end, I owe you a gold medal. I owe you. Thank you so much for that. This is crazy interesting. Do your research. Follow me on Instagram. Love you guys. Hope you have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more of these random videos about bodybuilding and about health and fitness, about family. You name it, got it here. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and share with all your homies. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Going to pop up 2 videos here. Go ahead and watch them. And I will see you on the next video.